Welcome back. It's 6:51. Time for your morning news now. One man is dead after a single vehicle crash in Buffalo County. The sheriff's office there saying it got a call for a car rollover on State Highway 25 in the town of Nelson early Monday morning. First responders found the 31-year-old man had been ejected from the car. He died at the scene. Investigators say his car crossed the center line, went into the opposite ditch, and hit an embankment. A Trompealeau County homeowner shot a man who broke into his home. According to the Blair Police Chief, dispatch got a call from the home on Taft Street. The caller said a man had broken into her home and her husband confronted and shot the suspect who had kicked in their door. The suspect now at Gunderson and La Crosse. Police say the same suspect also broke into another home earlier in the night, but police say there is no threat to the public at this time. A two-car garage burned down near Galesville on New Year's Eve. The Galesville Area Fire Department says they received a call around 4:30 p.m. for a garage on fire. The garage was attached to a house. When crews arrived about 10 minutes later, the two-car garage was fully engulfed in flames and was eventually reported a total loss. Firefighters were able to stop the fire from spreading to the house, though. The cause remains under investigation. Nobody hurt after an apartment fire on La Crosse's Rose Street. La Crosse Fire Department crews found light smoke coming out of the building when they arrived and a sprinkler system going off, but the fire was already out. Crews say the fire started on a stovetop. A new year does not mean new answers for communities with PFAS-contaminated water. Experts say communities pursuing lawsuits against the companies who made the so-called forever chemicals could take years to reach a resolution. However, environmental law experts say anyone filing lawsuits may not need to show that manufacturers like 3M and DuPont knew the risks of the chemicals. Any evidence of company neglect can help, but strict liability is likely enough to have a case here. The city of La Crosse is involved in a major class action lawsuit against 3M. Late last year, the Common Council opted out of a roughly $10 billion settlement. Wisconsin's Attorney General had called on plaintiffs to reject that because it wouldn't offer enough money to cover costs for all communities in that class action lawsuit. After another successful season, Rotary Lights is packing up for the winter. Although setup for lights takes over a month, organizers hope to have everything taken out of the park in 5 to 6 days. And while they're still calculating their overall total for food items collected, the Rotary Lights president says this was one of the most successful years yet.
From my observation, I would say it would rank right up there as one of the best years ever. It's probably around 350,000 food items that were collected in that 6-week period.
If that 350,000 total holds, it would be the most food items collected at Rotary Lights in a single year. Stevens attributes this year's success to the area's warm winter weather. This was the 29th year of Rotary Lights, and they are already preparing for their milestone 30th year.
All right, warm weather continuing. I guess it's a relative term. All right, by 10:31, by noon we're at 34. Seasonally speaking, relative, yes, it's on the warmer as opposed to colder. Cloudy, northwest winds about 10 miles an hour, about 35 for La Crosse. For Eau Claire, mostly cloudy, about 34. We should be up around 32 with a northwest wind. That's a noon hour that I'm talking about. As we look at our 8-day, all right, overall, that is slightly above our normal. We're gonna have some chilly nights in there. Light snow, may see some flakes over the next few days, perhaps on Wednesday. And then we're watching the upcoming weekend early next week for something a little more substantial.
Well, put down that New Year's diet resolution. Why? Today is National Buffet Day. The unorthodox day of celebration honors the unique way of serving food that started way back in the 16th century by people in Sweden. Buffets, of course, come in all kinds of varieties, including Chinese, Indian, and traditional American fare. So if you're starting a diet today, don't look at the screen. Don't head to a buffet. My goodness.
Yeah, I can do a buffet. I mean, maybe, I have to wait an hour or two to kind of, adjust here a little bit because that was like looking favorable.
I know. Anything looks good at this hour, honestly.
Oh, yeah, it's like the time of day for us when it starts to kick in.
Hunger
It's our lunch.
starts. Yes, so if we can't find you later, maybe we'll check a area buffet.
Perhaps.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for our first newscast of 2024. We will see you back here at noon. Have a great day.